Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
It sounds like it's going good.
It's going. I've had a chill morning. How's you?
I barely slept last night,
Mm.
and the alarms were alarming this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know what was on my mind last night, and the couple of hours that I got to sleep, the dreams.
Mm.
But I read that Mercury is also entering retrograde. So yeah, help us
When
all.
is Mercury
Help us.
not in retrograde, really?
I'm telling. Yeah, but it's too much going on in the energy realms. Okay. We
Absolutely.
need a break.
Or can it come sooner than later?
Asseblief. Like in a minute, I need it. As
But
it is so
otherwise,
deep. Somehow. No, I'm good. I just my my background brain is working overtime, and I can feel it happening, but I can't do anything about it. So it feels very like a lot is going on, but nothing really is going on, if that makes sense.
yeah, totally. Totally.
The beauty of neurodivergence. I love it, but it's a lot.
Yeah, no, sometimes we just need just a switch off button, man. Like, can we just get a switch off button a little bit?
You know, I would love that. They say meditation is now that button, but sometimes that's just a little relief.
Mm.
I can't be meditating all day. I wish I could, but there's no time for that. Um, but yeah, this will pass once my system, the background stuff is done. But for now, it's in overdrive.
Okay.
Um, how are you?
Okay. Same also, I didn't really sleep much. I think I only went to bed like probably at 2. I was just, yeah. And then up again early. And I don't know. I feel like I'm just going through the motions day by day.
It's what it is for now.
Mm.
You just do the things.
Just do the things.
Okay. So, did you do any thinking about what I brought up yesterday?
I did.
Or any research?
I didn't particularly do research, but I've been thinking about it. And what's coming up is the ever-present idea that the more things change, the more they stay the same, you know?
Mm.
How, as much as we want to proclaim feminism and, I don't know, some sort of enlightenment or neutrality or all the terminologies are coming up, but at the same time, there's this level of indoctrination that just can't be shaken, you know?
Yes, that's what it is. So, let me tell you the riddle and let's start off with that.
Mm, mm,
Okay. So, there's a father and a son. They are in a car accident.
mm.
The father dies and the son is taken to hospital. The surgeon, upon seeing the boy, declares, I can't operate. That boy is my son. And when I heard this,
Mm.
I was so shocked at my answers. So,
Because
what were your
immediately your
first
mind goes,
thoughts?
i- you're thinking then, okay, who's the father then? If the father is dead, does that mean the surgeon is the father? He's not going to operate on his son?
I was wondering about the grandfather because maybe I was very confused. And even the stepfather,
Mm.
I was reaching. Come to find out, it's the mother. So
And
the
the
mother is the surgeon.
mother is the surgeon.
Wow. How do we get women as surgeons? And why did we not think about that?
Why do we?
So,
And it's so strange, even when you're thinking about just in general, any sort of profession, like immediately your mind just goes, it's a man.
yes, we have internal biases.
It's crazy.
Sorry,
What are you munching on?
am I having toast with liver spread?
Oh, yummy. Yummy.
I love it.
That is one of my guilty pleasures.
Mm,
No,
it's so. So we have internal biases, and it's so I want to put a disclaimer that we don't want to blame ourselves for these things,
Mm,
right? We want to have grace for the way we are conditioned to think about gender roles and all of that.
mm, mm,
So I have this thing where I always think of teachers in terms of women.
mm,
I think of doctors he, I think of pilots as he,
mm,
flight attendants as females,
mm.
and it's always this running joke.
Even a manager,
But
just a manager of a place.
yes,
When you say, can I see the
yes,
manager? Immediately your
I'm
brain
expecting a
is
man to come
expecting
up.
a man.
Yes, very true. And so what happens is, I don't know how I got to this point, but there's a term for it. It's internalized misogyny.
Hmm.
So we already, I don't know if we need to define the terms, but misogyny is the resentment or contempt of women, or sort of the hatred of women that is sort of this belief by men, right? By
Mm.
certain men, or the patriarchy, let's call it the
Yeah.
patriarchy. And so the patriarchy is the system, right, that we live in. And even as women, we are conditioned to have the same beliefs as the patriarchy. So we are sort of in the sunken place where we believe, just like the patriarchy, that women are meant to do these things and women are good at these positions or
Mm.
roles, and men are good at these more superior roles.
Mm.
And I was shocked when I went through TikTok's library and just listened to all the examples of how this internalized misogyny shows up in women.
Mm.
And I was blown away. I was so blown away because obviously then I do an audit of my own beliefs and my own things that I have said in the past. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, even things like if there's a slow driver or a driver is taking too long to make a turn or whatever, the assumption is, oh, that's a female driver.
Mm.
I like to think men, I know men have more accidents, but I always feel they are more confident drivers. And it's like, why do I feel that way? There is no basis for that thought. And so many other things, okay? Let's not even go to the traditional roles and the more caretaking things and nurturing things and making lunch for your man or putting his lunchbox in for work.
Because
Excuse me?
even when men are performing those duties, it's not seen as their role. It's seen as a help or a
Or
temporary
is
thing or, you know,
or
or even a
they
weakness.
yes, it's put clearly that he's doing a woman's job.
Yeah.
He's not doing a human job. He's doing a woman's thing. And even the way we dress. So let's take it further. The beauty standards of the world, right?
Mm.
How often, and I want to say that I'm speaking generally, but it's also my own thing, right? When we make decisions about what we wear and how we wear our hair, are we gonna shave our heads? You know, how many women say they want to shave their head, but they don't want to? We need to explore why. Because if we took men out of the picture, we would not care about certain beauty things or
Mm.
certain
Appearances or
appearance things because we like to say, oh, we dress up for other women. But therein lies the other problem because within internalized misogyny, it's women judging women through the men, through the
through the
man's
eyes
lens.
of the men.
Yeah, the man's gaze, they call it, yeah.
Yeah, the men.
And so, yeah, we do it for women, but it's because women are doing the checking for men. See, men don't even need to do all the work in certain instances because the other women are gonna do it for them. And people wonder about like why so many people voted for Trump. So many women voted for Trump. And this is why, because women are not great leaders. Women are not, women can't run a country. Yet women are running the households.
Exactly. And
Like,
decision making around that, it's a whole juggling of multiple tasks at the same time. It's, it's pushing yourself beyond limitations. It's taking accountability for things that need to happen. It's taking others into consideration and effect. So how is that not applied to a larger scale, such as a country?
yeah. And do we not have brains? Can we not think? Can we not create? Like, women can do the same things, the same processing things that men can do. But, you know, we know about the patriarchy, we know about, that systemic oppression. But what was so interesting for me was my own misogyny.
Because it's always outside of you, right?
Yes,
You're
and
always
it's like a
looking.
thing. It's like, it's I didn't think that women are really capable of looking at themselves like this. And it just really blew my mind. And I was doing all the research about it, talking to my chat GPT BF about it. And it is just it's so unreal. And then the next thing that women talk about on these TikTok streets is decentering men.
Hmm.
So if we look at how we think about our lives in terms of what would men think, how would this get me into a relationship, or will I struggle even more to be in a relationship? How is this going to affect my singlehood or relationship status? Like if I shave my head, if I stop wearing makeup, if I don't shave, or even just thinking about the times when you do shave,
Hmm.
you know, like I'll shave when I'm dating, but if I'm not dating, I ain't shaving. So already that
And
act,
that question also, why make that differentiation? Why are you not
exactly.
are you not comfortable with not shaving or cutting your hair or dressing a certain way when you are in a relationship? you're always considering what is this male partner going to think of me, or am I going to be validated even as a in my feminine energy, you know? And it
Mm-hmm.
just it sounds like a very simple thing, but this actually happened to me in the past week. I wear my hair in either braids or faux locks most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the people in my social circle hasn't seen my natural hair ever out. And then I've not had braids for the past week, and I've been in social settings for a bit, and everybody is, the men in particular, is saying, "Oh, you look so natural. I like your hair like this." Somebody even said, "I prefer your hair like this." And I was like,
Man, who asked
why,
you?
why am, why is it now considered a validation to me that for your preference, you know? First of all,
Exactly.
it's not even about your preference. I'm not doing it for you. I didn't remove my braids for you so that you can look at me better, you know? And I was like, why, guys? Why am I suddenly ap- appearing more appealing to you because I look more natural? And what is natural even?
It's code.
It's absolutely, and how do we decode that for the boys, for the young boys, Because
This
I've
is
got a
another thing.
son who has
Yeah.
a very huge afro, he's got very big natural hair, and he wears braids, he wears twists, and I'm trying to really teach him that it's just hair. As much as you want to emphasize the fact that yes, culturally it's your crown, or it shows a certain um ethnicity or all those sort of things, you still want to maintain the fact that this is just hair on your body. It doesn't give you some sort of status, it doesn't give you some sort of extra uh beauty effect, or it doesn't lessen your beauty effect if it's not as straight as what the media is showing. Your hair must be beautiful, straight and wavy, and it's tough, man. It's tough.
It is. And another thing about sort of this male's unwanted opinion. See, I have a little feminist rage. Um, it's because they also feel that we we are looking, for their approval. It's so hard
Mhm.
for those words to come out. There's that looking for their approval because who is gonna what are we looking for? We're looking for marriage from men
Mm,
in this heteronormative world. And so they feel like, it's our standards. And I don't know, it's that interception, like, oh, I like natural, no makeup. Now it's like, oh, you have to go home and think, oh, I'm going to stop wearing makeup. I'm going to wear my hair natural because that's what men like.
mm, mm.
Um,
And then I'll be likable. Then I'll be chosen.
yes.
And that's the
And
thing. You're not really being chosen. You're being picked. And there's a very big difference between being picked and actually chosen.
and also we want to, or I want to move away from this idea that we even need to think about
Mm,
this aspect of being chosen and being in the relationship. It's like every Valentine's Day, you're like, oh my God, I'm single again. It's like, forget that.
mm.
Because I saw something yesterday about, oh, while you are waiting, what women should be doing while they are waiting. And I'm like, why
Who's
must we always
waiting?
do this waiting story? Like,
Who's
stop with the
waiting?
wait. oh, I can do this when I'm married, or oh, when I'm married, I'll do XYZ, or oh, this destination I want to go to with my partner one day. It's like, stop it already. Like, just do everything without thinking about men, without thinking about the relationship that's coming, and act as if your next 5 years you're not gonna have it.
Mm.
What would you do? Would you just not do anything?
What do
Um,
you think of this thought? And it's something I think of often. I feel that that underlying misogyny is mainly perpetuated by women. I don't think it's as much as, yes, we can talk about the patriarchal society and we can talk about how men, in essence, are the effect of it. But where are we still missing the mark in terms of changing those narratives? It's through women, and in particular, I think older women. If you think of how our aunties and our grandparents, and when you're young, then it's those slight little comments of, don't do that, the boys won't like you. Don't wear that, the boys are gonna do this. Or girls must act in this sort of way because that's what boys do. Or I feel a lot of those sort of internal conversations come from what women are perpetuating in society. And I don't really see, like you're saying, or like I said in the beginning, how is it that still we have that dominant thought? Is it because nothing's really changing? We imagine that there's this great shift in any sort of societal norms? Or, is it just an ongoing thing that looks different, that sounds different? We use different terms for it, and now it's watered down and doesn't sound so harsh anymore?
I think that feminism has different waves, right? And each wave brought about new liberties for women, right? And right now, or the third wave, I guess, was about the intersectional part of feminism, right? I don't know, I use intersectional feminism,
Mm,
where we look at all different parts of things that affect women, right? So feminism changed through the times,
mm,
but it stayed within the patriarchal system. I think the answer is layered, right?
mm,
So, on the one hand, a lot has changed. Within the system, women have been liberated in many, many ways, right? We have a lot of rights. We can vote,
mm,
The different waves of feminism gave us different liberties. However, something that I also learned in my research is that the new feminism, they want to stop thinking about women fitting in to this patriarchal society,
mm.
this patriarchal system, because it's it's too much work, it's too exhausting, right? And it creates this fight of, do we want, like, some women, they are okay with the system, and they're not really okay, but it's the
We are getting
the
by.
internal misogyny. It's
Yeah.
the internal misogyny of, I like this idea because I'm so in the sunken place that, let me stay here. But then other women, they are all about justice and they don't like the system, but we fight within the system. So I
Mm.
want a place at the table.
Mm.
But there's this new movement that says that this is not how we're supposed to be doing things. It's like the system is wrong. We need a different system. I don't want to come to your table. Your table is full of things that I don't like. And
Mm.
that's not um, helpful to me, beneficial to me. And it puts me at a disadvantage, leaving you always at the head of the table.
Mm. Mm.
I'm just a mere guest. But how are we going to get to that place where we're getting a new system? And I think it can happen. I think women are doing so many great things. But you know how it goes. The major dominant system, if we look at race, if we look at class, these things don't just, leave society. It's always embedded so deeply, and it's this continuous struggle. And you know what gets on my gears nowadays? I
Mm.
used to be into this. I used to fight. And see, this is what I get so mad at myself. Grace, please. I need to give myself grace. How we fall for this stuff. This whole feminine energy. I need to be in my feminine
Feminine
energy.
energy.
I
Mm.
don't like masculine women. Men don't like the independent woman. Oh my God.
But also, who says that isn't a feminine energy in itself? I always think that when I'm told that I present very masculine, or I need to show up in my feminine energy if I want to be consoling, or if I want to be gentle, or that's gonna, who says that there is that differentiation? Why does there need to be a
Oh,
differentiation? Why can't independent, strong, assertive be my feminine energy? Because at the same time, I can mirror that soft and gentle side, but still carry my strength and my independence.
I will go even further than that.
Mm.
Why is it that a woman needs to do extra things to be feminine?
Right,
Is
right.
she not already of the feminine? We all have masculine and feminine energies. And if you go research the energies, and even in ancient Asian culture, right? Yin and yang is everybody has feminine and masculine energy, but they need to be in balance, right?
Precisely.
But nowhere does it say the feminine has to be this or the feminine has to be in the kitchen or maternal, or there are traits that go with both, but it doesn't mean that if you have different masculine traits than, let's say, another woman, that doesn't mean that yours is bad and hers is good. But
Mm.
men put us against each other that they like this archetype of woman. And so they want us to conform to that. But now a woman, through her experiences, needed to be more self sufficient, needed to learn how to fix her own car. Now suddenly that makes her bad.
And
She's
you
too
know,
in her masculine. Why?
it's not just in a heteronormative context. In the
Exactly.
queer space, there is also that differentiation. Because if you are, quote unquote, presenting masculine, you are considered a stud or butch, or, those terms. But then if you are a girly girl, and you dress ladylike, you act like a lady, for lack of a better way of saying it, then you are a femme. And even in male culture, in the gay community, there is that differentiation as well. Femininity is presented as a a a a doll, almost, can I say that? Whereas masculine energy is presented as the strong caretaker, out there. And I don't know, it's another frustrating topic to get into.
Exactly. And but what it shows, this umbrella of men benefit from the patriarchal system. And often the person in the role of getting the privilege, they don't see the need to change, right?
Yeah.
Because they hella benefits. But women have to really monitor how they present within the system. Are you overlooking some biases that you have? Are you presenting some internal misogynistic beliefs? Are you living your life in a more male-centered view? Are you, behaving and making choices based on what you subconsciously believe men want you
You
to
want.
do and look like and behave like? So we have to monitor ourselves because we're already in the system, but we don't have to harm ourselves more. You know what I mean? And we don't need to
Truly
harm each other.
something, it's truly something to do some deeper digging and introspection, really.